If you're feeling anxious, depressed, overwhelmed with life, turn off your computer. Get off your phone. Stop all the sugar and caffeine. Stop all the denatured, processed food. Just stop everything and give yourself just a little bit of this. As much as you can, in your own way, wherever. Give yourself a bit of this. And a lot of things will become clear. Listen to it. Listen to the sounds. Listen to the birds. Listen to the wind. And importantly, listen to the silence behind and in between the sounds. In fact, don't just listen to the silence, feel it. Feel it in your body. Feel the silence behind and in between the noises, birds, insects, the wind, whatever's going on. You sit here like this, even for a short time. 10 minutes even. We'll do something for you. But drag it out a bit. Sit like this for an hour. And just feel yourself dropping back into your own naturalness. We always feel like I have to learn something else. Maybe the next video is the answer, the next course, the next thing I read, the next book, the next podcast. Like the secret of life is just, kind of just around the corner. And with one more click, maybe I'll get there. It keeps us always on edge. There's nothing to get. You don't get this life. You don't understand this life. You are life. You're an expression of life. You sit here and kind of let yourself go. And you'll realize things that are difficult to explain, and you'll realize things that are kind of unknowable. You will feel, you might start to realize the source of your own existence, your interdependent and interconnectedness with the world around you. You may start to feel a sense of oneness. And it's something here. It's not something here. It's not something you understand. It's a undescribable feeling. It's kind of what we're all looking for, actually. This sense of interconnectedness and interdependence. I'm completely dependent on all this air around me. Like I just look around and go, oh, bush, like what's it to me? I don't own any of it. It's nothing exciting. It's not stimulating. It sustains us. Those trees make the air and all this, the whole thing. This is what sustains me. If you wrap me in Glad Wrap and actually make a barrier, remember our skin is not a barrier between us and the world. If you actually made a barrier, a proper barrier, you get, let's say, cling wrap, and you go all the way around my whole body, and you totally cling wrap me to make me actually separate from this, I'll be dead in 1 minute. In the art, we call this coming home. Coming home, coming back to your own nature, coming back to your center, coming back to the moment, coming back out of all our dysfunction and craziness, and coming back to this moment as it is, moment to moment. Coming home, coming back out of all of the other times and places our mind can take us, all the other pseudo realities. I can go off, the human mind can go off all sorts of la stuff. It can go and think about all kinds of things and project your imaginary sense of self into all sorts of situations. That's the cause of your anxiety too, if you didn't notice. When your mind projects your imaginary sense of self into some futuristic event and you think, oh, what happens if I can't cope? What happens if this and what happens if that? And, you know, and the tendency of the mind, remember, is it always loves going to worst case scenarios. You pull yourself out of all of that and you come home. Home, of course, not being your actual house, your place of residence. You can feel at home anywhere on the planet. It doesn't matter. I don't own this land. This is just bush. I don't own it. But I can feel home here. I hope you understand what I mean by coming home. And when, the funny thing is, when you do this, when you feel like, you know, you sort of come home, back to your own center, your own naturalness, you feel at home everywhere. It's like the whole planet's yours. The whole thing is like I feel home everywhere. Wherever I am, I feel at home. I feel at ease. I feel comfortable. What a great way to be. If you're struggling, try this. Really try it. There's nothing more to do. There's nothing more to research. There's nothing more to understand. Just understand that the answers to your real problems, the real questions that you are really in here, the answer is in here as well. The answer, all the answers are in here. Not in that YouTube, not in that podcast, not in that book, not in that retreat. The answers are in here. Give yourself a bit of time and a bit of peace and quiet to hear them.